Hi guys, here I am again. So the second most common question I'm getting here at my teacher table would be about decimals as well. It would be about expanded form for decimals. Now the computer is showing you two different ways that we can use decimals and expanded form. First I'm going to show you what I would consider the easier of the two ways. This is what happens. Let's get a decimal up on the board. Here I've written the number 26 and 65 hundredths. I'm going to make my decimal point a little bigger there so you can see it in the video. So in order to write this in expanded form, we have to think about what we know. We know that expanded form means that we take the number and we stretch it out by place value and add addition signs between the numbers. So first we're going to start with our highest place value. In this case, in this number, that's the tens. So I know that to find the value, I do 10 times the number, the digit that is sitting in that place. Well, we know that 10 times 2 is 20. So now I'm going to say 20 plus, and then I'm going to move to my next smallest place, or my next biggest place value, in which case is this 6. This 6 is sitting in the ones place. So I know that 1 times 6 equals 6. So that's the next number I'm going to put here in my equation in expanded form. I'm going to add my plus sign. So now we've got to the decimal point. It is no different than when we do our whole number expanded form. The only difference is we need a decimal number, okay? We know that the first spot after the one spot after the decimal is the tenths spot. That's with a THS. It's a partial number. So when I add it, I'm just going to add simply 0 and 6 tenths. Just the way we do any other number. So then we're going to move to our next place value, which is the hundredths with a THS, which means we're also going to need a decimal number. So here we have 0 and 5 hundredths. I now have expanded form of the decimal and whole number. I have my tens, my ones, my tenths, and my hundredths, right? Just the way that we would do any other number. Let's go ahead and erase that one, and I'm going to do one more on the board for you for an example. This time I'm going to do 365 and 36 hundredths. It's the exact same thing that we just did. There's a little bit of glare on my board, so I'm going to see if I can angle this a little better for you. Still a little bit of a glare, but I think you'll be okay. All right, so we have 365 and, so I'm trying to make that darker for you so you can see it, and 36 hundredths. Okay, so again, we're going to start at our biggest place value, which in this case is the hundreds spot. So we know that 100 times 3 is 300 plus. Next, we're going to move over to our 10 spot, which has a 6 in it. That means we're going to do 10 times 6, which we know is 60. Okay? Next, we're going to go ahead and move over to our 1 spot that has this 5 in it. So 1 times 5 has a value of 5. The next thing we're going to do is move over to our tenths place with a THS. And we're going to add that, but remember, if it's after the decimal, it means that our number is also going to be a decimal. So we have 0 and 3 tenths. The last number here in our hundreds is a 6. So I'm going to add 0 and 6 hundredths. So as you can see, when we do expanded form in decimals, it's exactly like how we do it with whole numbers. Only we need to make sure that we include our 0 and our decimal point and put our number in the right place value, just like always.